morning, everybody. Well, we are now, a month or at least over a month into this quarantine. And it seems there are some places that are starting to actually let up on the quarantine, I guess you could say. They're trying to reopen businesses, which is not a smart idea, considering China itself is starting to go through a second wave of infections, which means, they were, pretty much quarantined for quite a while, and they were getting themselves down numbers, and they decided to open, and now the second wave is coming through. Why is this second wave coming through? Because there are probably people still had it. We still haven't figured out a vaccine or a cure for it yet. Also, not to mention, it probably has evolved at this point. So if there was something like, oh, hey, it's now evolved, then it probably was incubating in someone, and now that evolved, virus is now moving on to other people. This is what's going to keep happening, unless we just stay quarantined for quite a while. But that's just the way things are going at this point. Another news. I know around me, schools have now been canceled completely. So they've been canceled until next year, which would be September. Which also doesn't make sense in the fact of places trying to open, like, or for example, where I live, trying to open, I think the second week, trying to reopen stuff the second week of May. If you're going to close schools until next September, why not close everything else? Because there are parents who obviously need to go to work if you're going to open up work and then have no place for their kids to go. Not to mention, if you're going to close school, why not just close everything else? Like, for me, it doesn't make sense to me why you don't just close everything off. As I've said millions and millions of times at this point, just do the essentials. Close everything off. Don't do restaurants, which I think New York had done and dropped their numbers very drastically. Don't do restaurants. Don't do all these places that you don't really need. Car dealerships. Do you really need a car dealership during a pandemic? Come on. But it's just the way we're going. We'll learn, I guess, because we're going to get hit with a second wave, and I already can predict that one. We're going to get hit with a second wave of this. And I really just hope people start, seeing, wow, this isn't going to go away, because it's not. Until we figure out that we need to all just stay quarantined, let this thing work itself out and destroy itself, because it can't, nothing to feed on, or figure out a vaccine for this. Other news, me and the kids last night, we did a little camping last night. We camped out in the house, because we were going to camp out in the backyard, because it was wet, but we picked a tent. They got sleeping bags in their tent, and they all slept in there. I slept on the floor for a little while, but that did not go so well. Obviously, not as young as I used to be, can't sleep on the floor as much, so I did sleep on the couch next to the tent, so at least I was there. I am off to work, as I work every day at this point. But being curious, do you guys do any camping? If you guys do camping outside, let me know, man. It's been a long time since I camped outside. I think I was probably 8th grade, I think was the last time I camped outside, in my one friend's backyard. But, what do you guys do? You guys camp outside the house? That is more my camping style. I like to pitch a tent in the house, camp inside. I'm not exactly the camp outside kind of person. Like I said, I did it when I was a kid, and even as a kid, I didn't like it as much, because it's just, the ground is hard, and that's number one. But you put a lot of blankets on that, which can solve that one. But there's bugs, and I just hate waking up in the middle of the night, and you got bugs crawling all over you and everything. It's just ugh, it's gross. I like outdoor. I like the outdoors. I like to play outdoors. I like to do. I'm just not that camping kind of person. Don't mind camping inside the house, which I think is fun, because you get it's all the indoors of heat and, and air conditioning, and you have the fridge there and all that stuff, which is fun for me. But I guess you could say I'm a glamper. I guess you could say it's just the way I am. Don't think what else has been going on. NFL draft happened. I really don't even know what's happened, because I've been working every day and I really haven't looked, and don't even know if my team picked up anybody or picked up anybody good. I'll have to definitely look at that. I do know what I do know out of all this draft stuff. I do know, I think I talked about in one of my past vlogs, Tua Tagovailoa, however his last name, went to the Miami Dolphins, which could be a good thing for the Dolphins. Could be a good thing for you Miami fans, man. Could be a good turnaround for you guys. But as we've all found out many times, sometimes, man, you being a great college quarterback means nothing in the NFL. So we'll see how that pans out. I think what else has been going on is I've just been working a lot, dealing with all the pandemic stuff, dealing with all the coronavirus, making sure I bring an extra change of clothes with me when I go to work sometimes so that I can change when I get home. Don't want to bring anything back with me, which I know is a lot of what I got to tip my hat to the doctors and all the medical folks, man. Things they are doing is crazy. They're putting their families at risk for us, and a lot of us seem to not really care about that. I can't believe it's been 1 year. It's just amazing to me. I shouldn't say amazing, but just crazy. 1 year anniversary of my stepfather passing away. He passed away last April 24th. Had a good fight with cancer, and it finally just took him, which is a sad thing. Had a bourbon for him last night because he used to always, when I was a kid, or not should I say when I was a kid, when I was 19, 20, anytime we go out to restaurants, he'd always order himself a bourbon old fashioned, muddled fruit, and he'd always get two actually, and he'd push one over to me. So that was kind of our drink. So I kind of had one last night for his honor. You guys ever had bourbon old fashions? It's kind of a definitely not well-known drink. It's not a popular young culture drink. It's more of an older folks drink. If you have, man, please give me a big thumbs up. And also, if you have, let me comment down below. Let me know what kind of bourbon is your bourbon of choice. I'd love to know some of you guys bourbons you like. He used to do Old Granddad. I like Old Granddad. I like my Jack Daniels. I'm trying to think of some Maker's Mark. I like Woodford Reserve. Also, I think I've talked before, I might not have. Recently, I saw a peanut butter whiskey. So, gotten into that, which I think is really good. It's called Screwball. If you guys have never seen Screwball, look it up, man. Try some. It sounds weird, peanut butter whiskey, but it's actually good. It's got a nice sweet start, and then you taste the whiskey right after. But it's really good, actually. It tastes almost like drinking a peanut butter cup, kind of. That artificially peanut butter flavor, which is really good. If you guys have tried it, once again, guys, give me a big thumbs up on it. Let me know what you guys think of it. Love to know. I'm almost at work, so I will probably see you guys later on. Hopefully you guys all have super days today, and I hope you guys are all staying home, staying safe, and please, guys, stay healthy, guys. All right, everybody, well, I'm about to head in, but I looked at my phone, looked at my National Day, which I know I haven't done in a while. I haven't done the National Day in a while. Because I said, I've been so busy with things, I see it, and then I think about it, and then I just don't. Today is a lot of national days, as always, there's a lot of national days. One of them is National Kiss of Hope Day, which we definitely need the Kiss of Hope at this point. Also, it's National Opening Your Pool Day, guys. So if you guys are quarantined and you guys are sitting at home, let's open our pools. Let's have some fun with our kids. Let's have some fun with our in-house families, man. We're getting a new pool. Actually, there's some new news. I didn't even think about it, so just saying that. We are getting a new pool because our old pool is getting a lopsided. When we first got it, we kind of got it up quickly, so it's kind of tilting a little bit. So we had bought another pool a while back, and we had put it in our shed. It's been sitting there. We got to get rid of the old pool, and we're going to see if maybe we can get this new pool up. But the question is, we need to somehow get the ground leveled out so that doesn't do the same thing again. So I have to get out there and get a bunch of large planes and get the thing leveled out so that it's correct height and everything. Maybe get some play sand so that it's good and not like it was last time where it wasn't in there correctly. I guess we're working our way up because we're going from a 14-foot pool. I think we have to an 18-foot pool, so we're working our way up. So hopefully, maybe in the next 10 years, maybe we'll finally get that in-ground pool that I've always wanted, because I think that's the best thing in the world, is to have an in-ground pool. Because it's so much easier, in my opinion. I know people don't want to fall in and stuff like that, but I like the just the ease of it. It's easier to maintain, in my opinion. It's easier to close up. It's also a lot easier to clean because most in-ground pools have the robot vacuums, which I love, because I remember when I first got a pool when I was a kid, they first came out with the robot vacuum. The Polaris is so awesome. You just hook it up, let it go, and let it vacuum the whole day, and you don't have to worry about it instead of me being outside with the pole hey, let's get all these leaves, and so that's just makes it a lot easier. But if you guys definitely have your pools, man, it's time to open them. And if you guys do have pools, let me know what kind of pools you guys have. Send me some pics if you guys want. I don't know if you can put pics on Facebook or not. See, so I'm like, I learn new things. But yeah, I mean, like, comment, let me know how your pool days are. If you guys open your pools, let me know if you guys have in-ground pools, above ground pools. If you guys have robot vacuums, I'd love to know, man. I mean, I love the robot vacuums. It's my favorite thing in the world. Is, yeah, obviously. But definitely hope you guys have super days, and hope you guys definitely get to open those pools and go swimming. And I will see you guys all later on.